Yo, I recently partnered with a company who was paying people just like you $1,000 a month from anywhere from 10 to 20 months. So that's an extra $10,000 to $20,000 in your pocket. To see if you qualify for this program, all you gotta do is click the first link in the description.
So the last few months, I've been doing this little experiment when it comes to making money just by writing online casinos, right? So it's been like 7 months now, and I've done several videos talking about, my thoughts on doing this. Like, is this a side hustle? Is this a work from home job? How much money can you actually make doing this, right? So last few videos I posted talking about this subject, I basically was hype. You know what I'm saying? I was hype on the whole thing because I've actually been cashing out money, putting money into your boy's bank account simply by writing these short ass letters, putting them in an envelope, putting a stamp on them, and mailing them off, right? I actually made so far up until this point like $600, almost $800, $900, close to that, right? Just by doing this. And so, I've been looking at this like, yo, like this might be a nice little side hustle. My last video talking about it, I ain't call it a side hustle. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it's getting close to being a side hustle. Because the money been like, man, like the last few weekends, I've been cashing out $300, $330, $320, right? I'm like, yo, this is the shit. But, I am a part of several like groups, you know what I'm saying? With like I'm a little letter writing nerd, right? So I'm in these Facebook groups. And so like people was talking, right? A lot of people talking about some of the big casinos that do this. They've been like canceling people's accounts for no damn reason. So the people that be writing to, their letters, you got to have an account with these companies, with these websites, right? And more people are popping up like, what? My account was deactivated. I don't know why. What the hell? Right? And I'm like, oh shit, this ain't good. Right? And because I think, like, the thing with this letter writing thing, it's always going to be around because for whatever reason, like legally, these online casinos got to offer this. They got to offer this where you can actually write in and request. Basically, you're requesting gambling credit, basically, right? So they're like obligated to fulfill that, right? So that's going to be around. But I think, this is just my thought, some of these casinos is like, damn, more and more people doing it. It's like, how can we get around this? Like, if they send a letter, we do gotta fulfill this, right? We gotta give them this credit. Like, but damn, shit, how can we nullify this shit, right? And I think that they came up with something that's like, yo, let's just start deactivating, let's just start randomly deactivating people's accounts, right? For whatever reason. We don't need a reason. You know what I'm saying? We could put it in our terms and service that, hey, we can terminate your shit anytime we want. Maybe that might be their little loophole, right? So when I seen that, like certain accounts are getting deactivated, I'm like, oh shit, this ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like, what if you mail off a whole bunch of letters, right? And you're trying to get these credits, and then your account deactivated. Then what? You wasted some money. You wasted some time. Like, you can't make no more money from that site. Like, that shit ain't cool, right? So I immediately was like, oh my, I don't know. I don't think I can count this as a side hustle, right? Now I still do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still do it because damn, when you get them credits roll in and you gamble, you just sit back chilling, sipping on some water or whatever the hell you drink, and you just gambling online, chilling, and you get to cash out. That shit dope. I ain't gonna lie. That shit dope. But I'm gonna still do it, but like I'm kind of like a little nervous about it because, like I said, they was talking about some of these companies been just deactivating people randomly. But I will say this, all right? I will say this. There's a lot of online casinos that you can write to, right? And I've only been hearing about a couple that actually been deactivating people's accounts. So yes, this is a warning that if you get involved with this shit, please do not come into it like this is consistent, guaranteed money. If I write these letters, I'm going to make this amount guaranteed. No, hell no. Hell no, do not come in it like that. Like, don't get your mind right. Nah. Can you earn some extra cash doing this shit? Absolutely, because I've done it. And I'm still going to post videos talking about it, like, for sure. But, like, damn. Like, the thought of, like, one of my accounts just being deactivated for no reason, that shit ain't cool. But I will say this. If you decide to get involved with this letter writing to casinos, blah, 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 like, sign up with multiple casinos. Do your little research. You know what I'm saying? Find the most popular ones that's paying and blah, blah, blah. I would recommend at least having like 4 or 5 on deck, right? Now, the thing with that is, if you're writing, you might want to spread it out a little bit. Like, write, 10 letters for this company, 10 for that, 10 for that, 10 for that, and rotate them like that, right? It's going to make it a little weird to let because a lot of people, what they do with the online casinos, they'll write to one casino. They'll write to one, and then they just let their credits stack up to the point where they might have like 1,000 credits to gamble with online. And then once they gamble through it, whatever they end up with, that's what you can actually cash out and put into your bank account. So a lot of people they let one account build up, stack up, and then they'll convert it, like play through it. They might end up with 1,500, maybe they end up with 800, right? But it's one account. Doing it this way, of spreading it out, it's going to take a longer time for you to stack up, your credits with multiple sites. But at the end of the day, it is extra cash. Do whatever you want to do, but just be aware that I would kind of spread it out a little bit if you decide to get involved with writing letters to casinos. But at the end of the day, you do whatever you want to do. I'm just sharing my opinion.